I'm Stephanie from People and Dogs Sorted, and today's a really, really special day because I want to say a huge thank you, and not just from me, but from all of the dogs that I've been working with in Refuge. Why? Because today I want to say a huge thank you because there is a special association out there who has been funding some of my work in a local refuge. Now, I'm not going to embarrass myself too much by trying to pronounce this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this the name of this place, and I'm going to put it up over here. These guys are amazing. If there is anybody who has given a donation or has given items to sell and they've given them to this association, thank you so much, because all of your hard work, all of your generosity has gone towards amazing things, not just for me, not just for the dogs that I've been working with, but for all of the animal charities that they've been supporting. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And how am I going to say thank you? I'm going to say it by showing you some of the progress that we've been making at the local refuge, because it's just been incredible. It's been such an experience. This is such a special video that even India's come and joined us today. You're such a good boy, aren't you, eh? Hey, you going to say thank you too? Yes. Is that paw coming up? You're a lovely boy. Shall we show the peoples? Let's show the peoples. Yes, let's show the peoples what we've been up to.
Oscar, come, come. Come, 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 come. What a good boy. Yeah. What a good boy. Very good. Okay, go. Skip it in. He's a good boy. He's a boy.
Is that the kitty? Or is that the woman? What do you think? Is he good? What a good boy. Try a soft one first, look.
Hey, oh yes, what a good boy. Oh yes.
Isn't Oscar gorgeous? He's been an absolute pleasure to work with, and just look at his progress. Whenever I am working with a dog that has shown these types of anxieties, it's important that we take things really slow and steady, and we take it at the dog's pace. If you've ever been frightened of something, you know what it's like when you're thrown into that environment. It's not something you just get over. So we have to tread very carefully, and we have to go at his pace. So Oscar was a little star, and you know, not one curl of the lip, not one growl, not one nip. What a little star he's been, and the progress just speaks for itself. To give you some idea, I probably had somewhere around 13 to 15 hours of footage to go through to edit down to be able to produce this video for you. So it's we have scratched the surface of what we actually have done with Oscar, but hopefully it gives you a bit of an idea so that you can see a little bit about what we're doing. It helps so much when refuges, associations, professionals all work together. We can achieve so much more for these dogs, and it has been a pleasure to work with the association and the refuge. And I will be putting a link, hello kitty, I will be putting a link to both of the association and the refuge in the description box below, so check it out. Like I said in the beginning, they don't just help dog charities, they're helping all animal charities as well, so they are well worth supporting. Please support them. I will also put a link to my Patreon page in the description box as well, so if you would like to support me directly in producing these kinds of videos, then your support would be massively welcomed. All that being said, guys, I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. As a professional, as a canine psychologist, it's important for me to say, please don't try these techniques and without seeking some advice from a professional first. These techniques that I use were specific to Oscar and his situation. Every single dog is different, so it's important that we recognize that there are different techniques in dealing with all of these kinds of behaviors, and these were the techniques that I used for Oscar, but it's not necessarily the techniques that I would use with a different dog. Depending on the situation, every dog is different. So that being said, please seek out advice from a professional before you go trying out any of these techniques yourself. Before you go anywhere, please remember to hit that big paw print up in the corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is totally and completely free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It just puts a link between you and me so that you see all of my future videos, and it tells me who's watching. I want to know who's watching. I'd love to keep up to date with you guys. So, hope to see you all very soon. But for now, take care.